chat about hairspiration and where do you go from here. Let's just say you've graduated from beauty school, should you be in the USA, or you're doing an apprenticeship in the UK and you're behind the chair and you're building up experience. But now what? So you've just graduated from beauty school, or you're doing an apprenticeship in Europe. So where do we go from here? Well, primarily, I believe that we should get at least 3 to 5 years of salon experience before we start to venture out. This is valuable information and a valuable learning part of our career, even though I don't think we ever stop learning. But this is when you're really putting all of what you've learned through school or learned through your training into practice. Kind of like getting your driver's license. Up until getting your driver's license and passing your test, you're driving with someone. So it's like driving on your own for the first time. That's how I relate it to hair. And so where do we go from here? So you've just graduated and you're about to embark on a salon experience. Find a salon that suits your interests. So for instance, if you're interested in doing photo shoots or fashion shows and hair shows and education, find salons that are already involved in doing those same things, because then you know that that's already going to meet your needs going in. So if you can find a salon that fits those needs and a mentor that you can look up to, you may be following certain salons or certain individuals that work at salons through social media, then I definitely would highly recommend and encourage you to pursue those paths. You found a salon that you really like, and now 3 to 5 years have gone by and you're like some of us, we get a little, I don't know where we're going now, you feel a bit stuck in your tracks, and you feel like you need to reinvent yourself, re-inspire yourself. So this is where your hairspiration can come in. So after 3 or 5 years in the salon, most of us will start off in the salon. But some of us may want to go into teaching. As a result of that, you could work at a college and teach at a college. Or you can find a salon that has an independent academy that is known locally, nationally, and even internationally, and teach in the academy too. So I'm going to write that down under one as well. Now, if we choose to stay behind the chair and build up our clientele and work like that for the rest of our hairdressing career, that's fantastic. That's great if that's what you want. I am bringing this to our attention, and even though this is directly targeted to graduates and rookies, I feel that maybe there are some seasoned hairstylists out there that probably are in a rut and think, well, what else can I do? I love hair, where else can I go with it? So maybe you don't want to stay behind the chair. Maybe you don't want to teach in an academy. Maybe you like to travel. Traveling is great. It's inspiring. It's a learning experience. You change your environment every time. Though I say travel, this doesn't limit to any travel. This could be working in sales, so it could be sales-related travel. You could work on a cruise ship. You can travel with the stars if you're so famous to do so. You can work in sales as a rep, whether it's for a local distributor or a manufacturer. So I'm just going to put distributor or manufacturer. The difference is working with a distributor. Distributors are normally going to be more regional and locally based, whereas the manufacturer is going to be more national. Therefore, there'll be a lot more opportunities to travel nationally and possibly internationally. So you could have international travel, and local. So maybe it isn't sales that you want to go in. Maybe you want to go into styling as a session stylist. This could be in the way of doing a photo shoots, and some ad campaigns, Fashion Week, whether that be London Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, or a local fashion week in your area. This also will bring travel to this realm if that's the direction you choose to go in. So a lot of travel will be involved with becoming a session stylist. Should you choose to stay in a salon, you can grow within that salon. You can become a manager, which also covers leadership. You could decide that you want to own a salon, so you could open up your own salon. And you could possibly even grow it to multiple salons within your local area. How about becoming a platform artist? That's something I hear a lot of when I'm interviewing. So many interviewees want to jump from coming out of school straight to platform artist, not realizing that 3 to 5 years of salon life will bring them so much experience and knowledge before they go out and learn how to become a platform artist. But a platform artist will also include travel. Again, it could be local, working with your distributors, it could be regional, working with your distributors, or if you're directly involved with a manufacturer, it could be national and international. So platform artist also falls under education. So an educator and platform artist, those paths cross more often than not. A platform artist pretty much references more like hair shows. You're on stage showing your skills, demonstrating products on how, when, why to use them, and endorsing them with your technical talent. However, you're still teaching, but it's not as intimate as if you were an educator teaching directly for either a manufacturer or for a salon group in their academies. Also, if you're a salon owner, educating your staff really helps to build up the culture that you have
also
set in
editorial
place for your
stylist.
business. Which is very similar to session stylist. Editorial stylist means you work with magazines, you work with local ad campaigns, and you do an editorial featuring hair and beauty. But also with editorial, this allows you also to travel, and you could also take all this experience, if you've done salon work, if you've become a session stylist, if you're an educator, you've done platform, and you've done editorial, you can take all this experience and combine that into movies. How about theater? So you can do hair for the movies, hair for the theater. How exciting is that? Learn how to make period wigs for period movies. You can learn how to make avant-garde, futuristic for all those futuristic movies too. So far you can see all the places that we can go. Going back to travel of hairdressing. You can also move. Once you have mastered your skills and you have several years of experience under your belt, the great thing is that you can work in many different states or many different countries. However, in America, just be aware of that if you are a hairdresser or looking to become a hairstylist in the US, you have to be licensed in each individual state, where there isn't one license that fits all, unlike the NVQ that happens in the UK. But move with your experience. You can travel abroad, you can cut hair on the beach. I've done that. You can cut hair in hotel rooms, done that too. And even in kitchens in Greek restaurants, done that. So with all this experience, you can move, you can travel, and also
Maybe you're going to be
excelling in your social media and your YouTube presence. Maybe you have a YouTube channel that you're sharing your amazing techniques with your personality. This is where maybe you're focusing most of the techniques and the products that you're endorsing. This is maybe where it's at for you. This could work. So looking at this, coming from an apprenticeship or cosmetology school, we are traveling through what I call the world of hair, and we're pretty much over halfway around the globe of hair. So initially, I definitely would recommend starting out in a salon to get some base experience, a good 3 to 5 years, building up a clientele, learning how to deal with clients, learning how to deal with staff, and just getting that salon culture under your belt before venturing out. Because from here, then you can relate. You can relate to salons and managers when you're in a sales rep position, if you decide to be a sales rep. If you're teaching at an academy or a college, you can relate because you have that personal testimony of being behind the chair. Evolving all the way through, so session stylists, again, find someone that you look up to, that's a mentor for you, and hound that person, follow that person, stalk them if you have to get on board with the right team so that you can pursue those. Where do we go from here? Where do we get our resources from? How do we learn what's going on in this amazing world of hairdressing that is changing and growing so fast? A few things that I'd like to share is that you're always a student, no matter how long you've been doing hair. I've been doing hair, blah, blah, blah. I'm still learning. I may be experienced in certain areas, but I'm still learning. Keep on learning by watching videos, reading, online education. There is so much more available to you today than ever was before to a seasoned hairstylists. Go to hair shows. This is a great place to go network. Make sure you've got business cards. Make sure you look polished yourself, that you're representing the look that you want to represent. And remember, we're in a creative industry, so you can be exactly who you want to be. Go for it. Also, one of my other favorites that I've been doing a lot lately is listening to podcasts. And there are two that I'd like to share with you right now. One that I listen to here in the US, which is Hairbrained. And then on Mondays, I love to listen to Don Lehane of How to Cut It podcast. These are both podcasts that you can listen to at your leisure, anywhere, anytime, any place. Get into the routine of listening to them. It's great. The reason why I've shared these two is Hairbrained is based in the US, though it's international, as is How to Cut It is based in the UK, but also known internationally. So these are my top two favorites that I go to. There are many more out there, but these are the two that I recommend right now. So I hope you've enjoyed our little trip around what I call the hair world and this hair inspiration. Where do you go? I'm really happy to share this with you. Maybe you're thinking of things that I haven't written down, which is great. I just know that when I was in the rookie beginnings, I did not know what was available to me. Unfortunately, I didn't have someone like me, because I can honestly say I have done pretty much everything that is on here. And most of that I've done through opportunities falling into my lap, but I wasn't really aware of these opportunities within the world of hair when I was an apprentice back in the UK. So hope this has really helped you. I've enjoyed thinking about this and putting it together. So happy hair day, and get on there, get out there, get it, go for it.